The best deal Thursdays. Hi, welcome to the Froggy Five. I'm your host, Jim Freilich, founder and managing member of Froggy Companies. And today I'm super excited to be interviewing Andrew Campbell from Wildhorn Capital. I want to get really positive and see if you can pick either a deal or a method that's just made you out of your mind because it went so well and it went way better than expected, and it's going to psych up some of my 13 listeners so far to just say, wow, this is like amazing.
The easy answer is the flip side of what we were just talking about is like, you look really smart if you bought something in 2019 at a 4.5 cap and you sold it at a 3.25 cap, which we did. Like, hey, those are huge home runs, and you celebrate those and you tell your investors they made a 39 IRR and we told you to be 5 years. It turned out to be 2.5 years. But again, if you were in this space, everybody has those wins and those stories, and I'm going to claim credit and celebrate them, but that was a market driven phenomenon. I mean, we executed our business plan and we did what we thought we said we would, but we also benefited a lot from market dynamics and low interest rates and cap rates that were compressing. I think on any specific deal, finding creative ways to add value and not being afraid to try new things is probably what I enjoy doing the most, and I think about the most, and where we are different and hands-on, whether that's reinventing and thinking through the way we want to go bonus our managers. Because, hey, what I know is when you have a happy and engaged manager on site, your property performs well. They've got a team that's all bought in on both the leasing and the maintenance side. And you can see two assets, and here's the financials of one and here's the other. And you can tell when you've got a really good manager in place. So how do we rethink how they are compensated and be able to share in some of the upside? Or, hey, if you outperform, like, I want to pay you a lot. I don't want you ever to leave. I want you to be a part of the Wildhorn team and family, even if it's at a different asset. So I love doing that stuff. And we've had some really good success stories where we've seen somebody grow from a leasing person to an assistant manager to move them to another asset. And they've had a ton of success and have grown, and there's a personal aspect to it that's gratifying and fun to see. So things like that I enjoy.
Well, thanks for bringing that up then. Not exactly where I usually head with that question, but you just brought up a very valuable point in terms of the people that work for you in property management. I've been lucky and unlucky enough to watch my wife manage the properties here in our town. And, and very early on, my ideas of managing an empire went away immediately. I'd be a terrible property manager. I don't want anything to do with it. I have problems being assertive in certain situations. I'm either passive or aggressive, and it doesn't work when you're dealing with, meth heads that you got to kick out, or like somebody lied to you about this or something. So you have all these situations that I've seen her deal with. And I say, wow, I got a ton of respect. But to your point, and a good lesson for people thinking about getting into, is that whether you're the landlord or the property manager, this is not a passive business. Like, for you have people that can passively invest. It's not passive by any means. And too often, I think people just think about the property management aspect, and sometimes construction management as well, like, which are two of the vital areas for things to go right or wrong, construction management, property management, as just like easy commodities to just like stamp out, like you're just going to go buy them. No, these are people, and people that are motivated just like you are to do good jobs. Some of them do good jobs, some of them not as much. And thinking of ways to incentivize people to align interests is crucial. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's amazing.
Yeah. And it's a really hard business. I think the on-site management, and we've spent a lot of time talking and thinking about it. If you look at some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, everybody wants to work from home and have flexibility and different schedules. Like, this is a business that doesn't really allow for that. If you're on site, you kind of have to be at the property, and we can have an awesome AI chatbot that's helping lease units. That property manager, those maintenance folks, they have to be on site. It's not a, hey, one day a week you can work from home. Like, you got to be there. that's hard. I think the relationship with the residents and the tenants has shifted a lot too. The expectation, even on a Class A, brand new Class A deal, their expectation is it better be perfect. And if something's not perfect, I'm gonna let you know about it. And there's almost a sense of an entitlement sometimes, like you've got 30 minutes to fix this, or I'm gonna blast you with a 1-star review. And so you're dealing with a lot of different dynamics. It's really hard, and they are so finding somebody who really has that temperament that can take a lot of bullets from ownership, like why the heck is this happening, and from residents who are constantly in there talking to them, complaining, whatever, my neighbor's giving me grief, somebody's not picking up after their dog, whatever it is. Like it takes a special, unique person who wants to be that, or say, forget this, I could go do something else and have some of that remote flexibility and make the same amount of money or more money, or whatever it is. So it's 100% a people business, and very operationally intensive relative to an office building, where you hear from your people. You sign a lease for 5 years and you might hear from them twice a year, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me on. If anybody else wants to find out more about what we're doing, please come to froggycompanies.com. Check out our 3 different business areas. We also have the Froggy Fund 1 that's now open for up to $18 million. We're going to be investing that $18 million across a diverse number of assets, cash flowing and ground up. And I'm really excited about this fund, and really confident that we can outperform most of the other people out there in terms of what we invest in and how we do our due diligence and the type of partners we put together. So it's great talking to you, and see you next time.